I got into a fight for being poor, so I made her poor too. As a man, I always strive to be the breadwinner until my girlfriend drained my account in a single month. About 2 months ago, I received a large bonus from my work a week ago, which was exciting news because I could finally pay off my car loan. I felt incredibly proud of myself and decided to break the news over dinner with my girlfriend. That Saturday evening, we got dressed all fancy and jumped into my car. I stopped by an ATM to withdraw some cash for our food, but when I went to check the balance, I got shocked by what I saw. My entire savings account was depleted, even though I hadn't touched it at all the entire month. I felt my heart pounding, hoping that it was just an error in the system. I reinserted my card into the machine and checked my balance again, but nothing changed. I stumbled back to the car and sat there silently, staring out into the open. When reality sank in, I started tearing up and hitting the steering wheel angrily. My girlfriend, clearly guilty, crossed her arms and told me not to cry over spilled milk. I glared at her and asked, "Why did you spend so much of my money? What was it even for?" She rolled her eyes at me and said, "Does it matter? I had things I needed to pay off. Anyway, why are you crying? You're a man. You can earn that back with the next paycheck." I felt so heartbroken by my situation. I had been saving, thinking about our future and planning out how we could settle down comfortably, and missing an entire salary and bonus set me back more than she would ever know. I reminded her how I took up a part-time job just to support her lifestyle already, and she still manages to drain it out each time. She argued that just like the previous months when I was earning less, I earned that money back eventually. I asked for my card back from her and said that from now on, we would split bill, and if she had something she wanted to buy, she could just use her own money. She refused, clutching her bag close to her to prevent me from taking the card from her. I gave up and drove us back home. I locked myself in the bedroom and made her sleep out on the couch for the night. The following day, I stopped by the bank and opened up a new account, hidden from the one she held. I updated my banking information for my work so that everything would be sent to the new card instead. But I couldn't just leave things like this. I needed her to understand how I felt. So in the following month, around the time I would typically receive my salary, I took her phone and transferred her personal savings into the debit card she had previously refused to give back. All month long, I watched her spend all of her own money like crazy, buying shoes and clothes she would ultimately never wear, going out to the spa every week, buying boba tea every day. On one of those days, I convinced her that we should go out and eat dinner at a fancy restaurant using the debit card. She of course agreed and thanked me, not knowing that we would actually be spending her money instead. By the end of the month, when the account was depleted again, I showed her the financial statements and asked her why it was all gone. She crossed her arms and said, "Are you going to cry about this again?" I told her nope, and she got surprised. I smiled and explained that we had actually been using her money this month, and that mine was in another new account that she had no access to any longer. Her eyes widened in disbelief, and she frantically opened her phone to check her personal savings account. She saw the transfer of money from the start of the month and had a complete meltdown. She cried and threw punches at me while yelling that I had no right to touch her money like that. I simply explained that it was unfair how she could use my money recklessly, but cry when it's her own money that we're spending. I told her that if the two of us were just going to be selfish, then this is how it's going to have to be. Otherwise, we could just break up. She angrily agreed on breaking up, saying that she could find someone better anyway. I shrugged and said, "You're like a walking electric bill. No one wants that." She screamed angrily, calling me terrible things, and slammed the door on her way out of our apartment.